Hi everyone.
Hello.
So we have something new today, or like we're doing a little mini series. There's gonna be like probably quite a few. I want to do what we've got going, and then there's gonna be like, so we're doing a couples reading vlog.
Yeah.
So Darren here is going to read dark romance. I've put aside, there is 5 on his pile.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes.
But I'm waiting for one more book to be released to order to add to the pile, so he knows that's due to come. But I've picked out 5 dark romance books that I do think he'll enjoy. I hope anyway. So it's going to be a spoiler reading vlog, okay? Because you can't expect him, who's never really read like this, to not give spoilers. It will happen anyway. So he's going to show you the books that I've picked. Obviously, there is one more still to come, add to the pile, but I haven't got it yet. So
I'm doing this one.
you can say its name, you know.
Satan's Affair. Haunting Adeline.
Mm-hmm.
That is right, isn't it?
Yeah, Haunting and then Hunting.
Then Hunting Adeline. Where's Molly?
He saw this in Waterstones, right? And he was, where were you looking at? Did you open the page or were you just reading the blurb?
The blurb.
So he was reading the blurb and then he was like, that looks really good. We should get that. I was like, I've actually already ordered it. But the fact that he liked the look of it told me that I knew this had to be in the pile for him because he looked like really excited to read it when he saw it.
And last one.
Death's Obsession. So this is only, I picked out some smaller books because Darren, 1, isn't a big reader. 2, this is dark romance and I do feel like I just threw him in the deep end. Satan's Affair, the way that starts. Whew. So we're going to start, and then he picked out my ones because obviously, you know, it was only fair. I did ask him to pick dark romance I haven't read yet. I don't want to reread books. I'm trying to knock down my TBR. So he decided,
I was a bit evil.
he decided he was going to pick the ones he bought me for Christmas. So I have The Ritual, which is literally the first book in the Lord series. So excited. And now I'm pretty sure there's another one which is called Chaos due to come out, or Chaotic.
Oh, good. When's that coming out?
I don't know, but it's due out soonish. Right now it's only got Kindle version, so I've got to wait for the paperback. But yeah, and I mean, these aren't small books, by the way. This is probably a little bit thicker than, no, this one's probably a bit thinner than Hunting Adeline. But yeah, so we're gonna, I've got more. So that's my book 1. Then I have The Sinner, which is book 2. I know that they've got a special edition cover now for The Ritual as well. But The Sacrifice, book 3, which is all still part of the same series. Oh gosh. Then I have Sabotage, which is a nice small one. It's still part of the Lord series though. This is book 4. I think it's meant to be like a novella type one set in there. Not sure. And then I have Carnage, which is book 5 in the same series. Yeah. And then we have Chunky Boy here. Chunky. Madness, which is book 6 in the series. And like I said, I'm pretty sure book 7 is going to come out soon enough, but hopefully I'll knock these down before book 7 come out. So the plan is for us to, we're going to read 1 book each in each part that we're going to do, because I feel like too much would be at one go for him, would be way too much dark romance, and I don't want him to get overwhelmed. So this segment is obviously dark romance. It is spoiler. All parts will be spoiler. They will be in brackets anyway. Part 1, Darren is starting off with Satan's Affair. And then I'll be starting with The Ritual. Still don't sound right, does it? There we go. And then, so each part will have 2 books in. 1 from him, 1 from me. Because, yeah, I feel like that'd be nicer and easier for both of us. Because I still want to knock down my normal TBR as well as the dark romance. So, yeah. That feels fair, right? Yeah. So, yeah, the first part of the reading vlog will be Darren with Satan's Affair. Yeah. And then it'll be me with my one. And we'll just keep going like that until it's all done.
Mhm.
Yeah. So let's see how that goes. This is very different for both of us. But if it goes, hopefully it'll go well. Once we've done this one, we'll look at maybe some thriller ones, because you quite like thrillers as well. And fantasy, romance. Those are pretty much all I own. I have It, which is a horror, but I've only got one horror. So yeah. So we'll just work on that, I guess. But yeah, so that seems a good idea. We'll see how it goes. 6 parts that'll be for the videos. So yeah, we'll get cracking with Satan's Affair. I guess we'll see you guys in a bit.
Hello.
I'm here for support, guys. Wait, first you should mention about what I just said.
So I was reading it on heart and paper, then I went to Kindle, which is a lot easier.
Yes, he's a Kindle lad.
I was going to also do it as one in parts, but
He was going to update you when he got halfway, basically.
I ended up finishing it once. So I'm going to read out my notes.
Well, put a bit of emphasis on your notes, though, so that everyone knows exactly how you were feeling. Once you read what you said, you kind of know what you were feeling at the time. So, guys,
It's taking a while to read it, though, to be fair.
it did take you a little while, but that's because most of it was like you were reading the physical book first, and that took you longer to get through. Yeah, I don't know why he does this. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, cool. You want some cuddles? Come here and have some cuddles.
Yeah. Yeah. Good boy.
Say hello, everyone.
Moral
You
support.
should hold your book up though, so everyone can see it still. It's the other side of
Moral
you.
support.
Of the floofy kind.
So, hello. So, in chapter 1, my notes were, I'm going to read it exactly on how I put it. It's not very long. Cronus is not someone to mess with. Very spicy on the first chapter. Sibby, it was sick and twisted in her head.
This is the first ever. We should put some emphasis on the fact that this is the first ever dark romance he has ever read. He's never read any other dark romance. The cat has, however, read a lot of dark romance, which is why he's not surprised. And I did read through all the notes that he wrote. I think they are absolutely hilarious and spot on. You might want to hold it up a little bit higher. So it's okay. It will be reversed when they see it anyway. But yeah, so this is his first dark romance. I did just kind of throw him in the deep end with Satan's Affair. I thought it would be a great way to start. I started with Into the Dark, so at least I didn't give him that one, I suppose.
Chapter 2 was loving the book so far. More than expected. Shows how sick and twisted I am.
See, now this is what I think every dark romance reader goes through, is like when they start enjoying things like this, they're like, how twisted am I to enjoy this kind of writing?
Chapter 3 was, I was like, oh, it's getting gory. Love the way it comes to life.
Is that where she's like chasing the dude around the house?
Yeah.
Okay. Do remember, guys, this is a spoiler vlog, so if there's anything that is spoiler in here, we already gave that.
Chapter 4 starts to get very sexual and a lot more in depth and twist and very twisted. I didn't think that will change. I don't think that will change.
Did it change?
No.
No, it did not. It does. It like dark romance used to have a whole, and Sibby's book definitely, but she's having like more. I think she's rewriting this one and then writing new ones for Sibby as well.
Chapter 5. What was that chapter? No.
You just did chapter 4, which you thought was getting a bit sexual. Did you not say? So
yeah.
you'll be reading chapter 5 now.
Oh my god! What the hell was I reading? With a oh my god face and a laughing face.
The face.
Yeah. Chapter 6 was very sexual in detail. more than I'm used to.
Yeah, he doesn't even read books normally, although he has gone to thriller. This was definitely a deep throw for like if he couldn't swim, he's drowning. Go on, keep going.
Chapter 7, love the saying, the devil, fucking Satan himself, with laughing faces. Oh damn, it's getting crazy.
The devil fucking Satan himself.
Yeah,
Where was that
the
with?
Satan.
Yeah, but what part was that in?
I can't remember now. It was long. That was a while ago.
You just made a quote, but you don't. It was in chapter 7. You said so. Go to chapter 7 and let's get some.
Chapter 5.
There's 11.
Chapter
There's 4. That's too far.
Chapter 7. Where are you? Chapter 8.
Okay, so we're in here. So you've got to see if we can find it in here.
Chapter 7. Mm-hmm.
Just want a bit of background on that.
Let me see. It was somewhere.
We're finding it. Don't worry, guys. I do like that you loved a little quote from there. It's got to be here somewhere.
I can't find it now.
Try the next page. Mm-hmm. Nope. But this looks like a flashback to.
It might have been a flashback actually. It might have
No, I mean the whole chapter looks like a flashback to where she was when she was younger, where she killed her
I think
dad.
it was.
So I guess it's in relation to her father. I was wondering where that quote came from. Sorry, the cat decided to dig his claws into my leg. It's fine. It's a flashback anyway, so
Yeah. Okay.
she's remembering being at the compound.
Right.
That makes sense. She doesn't like her dad very much.
That was chapter 7. Chapter 8 was loving it so far. Let's get it finished. And then
He really did start really like when he first started reading it, I took a picture and sent it to a friend. I was like, look, he's reading Satan's Affair, because I didn't think he would actually read it for real. And the fact that he did was really cute, and I had to document that. And then he started reading it sitting like on the chair and stuff on the Kindle version. I think it was just when he flipped over to Kindle by this time. And he was like, yeah, I didn't even know he was reading at this point. So he like one day he just turns to me and was like, finished. I was like, what? He was like, I finished Satan's Affair. I was like, what?
Chapter 9 was, oh my god, I'm loving this book. Can't wait to finish. That was chapter there. Chapter 10.
By this point, she'd already met like Zayd again, didn't she? Yeah.
Chapter 10 was, woo, I need to rethink my morals.
This one made me giggle so much about I have to rethink my morals. Because I feel like that's me every time I read a dark romance. I enjoy it, and especially HDs. Like when I read Adeline's, I was like, I would like this book. What does that say about me?
Chapter 11 was not what I expected. Loved the plot twist.
Where she found out that the henchmen were in her head, and then she kills the psychiatrist and escapes. I mean, don't. When I read that, I was like, no! I was so devastated that was the plot twist. Like, oh.
And then my overall rating for this, for Satan's Affair, was a 4.5. I love this book.
I gave it also a 4.5, but he didn't know that. So when he told me the rating, I had to look through my bookstagram very far down.
So
4.5. We both
I
gave
love
it the
this
same.
book. Overall, it was a good one.
And we already downloaded the next one on the Kindle ready for him, didn't we?
And the next is yoga.
Oh yes. So next, I will be reading. The next half of this will be me reading The Ritual. Okay, so I've had so much about this series. I'm super eager to get into it. Darren actually bought it for me for Christmas as my big main Christmas present. He bought the whole series.
I think they were £10 each, guys.
No, this is dark romance.
I think that's like,
you're looking at 20
I think it's like 20 quid each. Them.
And it is a chunky boy, but oh, that flop. Just yeah. It's 532 pages. I did look because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm literally finishing up my previous reading vlog as Good as Dead, and this one I'll be reading straight after. And I was like, I've just read the 500
Did you not say
pages.
so? There's another book coming out as well.
Yeah, there'll be another one coming out. I can't remember what it's called. I saw it on her page as a pre-order.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. So, and as you can see, this is the new shelf. So, guys, if you're wondering what all this crap is, it's all my circuit stuff for my book rebinding.
I didn't buy it for that.
And currently, I'm waiting to get a box so I can put all my circuit stuff in a nice box so I can get back to using the shelf for what I wanted to use it for.
Very soon you're going to be getting a nice chair for yourself.
Yes, and I'm getting a new reading chair for my little corner. I would show you, but it's chaos because I got like delivery books and things like that. So I'm not going to show you that at the moment. So I'm getting myself a little like chair, lamp, buffet, and maybe a little table, like a little side kind of table.
We're going to IKEA for that.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
don't know what
god,
the cat
what's
is
this cat doing?
He's climbing in the shelves over there.
Guys,
So I'm super excited. I know the rough basis is Secret Society. It doesn't say. It does say it's the Lord. I don't think it even says it's the Lord's. It just says a dark college romance. It is the part of the Lord series. Secret Society. If I remember from what I've heard online, she basically they have to keep celibate, and basically she's gifted to him for staying celibate before joining the society. So I'm super excited. I don't know how many chapters are in here. I would look, but then I end up getting confused on where I am. No, that's not the. Oh, yeah, because I have all of these. Let's see. How many are we on? I feel like that's the epilogue there, isn't it?
that's what?
Epilogue 2. No, that's not the one I've got.
No.
No. So guys, I am trying to see how many chapters I got. This is how unorganized I am today. Epilogue 1. 61.
That book was actually £20.53.
Yeah, £20. So I have 63 chapters. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I might do it as like 21 chapters a time. That makes it 3 different installments for me to update you guys as I read along. That's the special edition copy.
Was it?
But it's fine because I like my version. She's redoing her covers. I think they're becoming traditionally published. So you want to see the new one that I was talking to you about. Sorry guys, I'm trying to help him navigate Amazon as well.
Not very
so
good.
You just press her name and then you go down, Chaotic. That's the new one. There's no cover for that yet. And it's not going to be out just yet anyway.
Released in January 2026.
Whoa.
January 2026.
I'm going to try and do this 21 chapters a time. I know that's a lot. I'm hoping so much happens in between those chapters. I will make my notes and let you know, guys, as I do all my vlogs. That'll split into 3 parts, and then Mr. Man here will be starting his Haunting Adeline. Is it Haunting? I think, yeah, Haunting Adeline.
On Kindle.
On Kindle. So the plan is for him will be Haunting and Hunting Adeline, and then probably Where's Molly, and then after that he'll read Phantom. I do have Phantom now, so he can now read it. Hopefully that gives me time to squeeze in Phantom before he reads it on Kindle, because that'll be so good if he reads it before I do. I'm so excited. I wanted to read it this month, but no one voted for me to read it, so I don't get to read it. And I'm such a mood reader anyway, so I feel like if I went with it after everyone said no, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it as much, because I would have been more like, oh, I should have read the one that they said. I feel bad. So, but I'm going to be starting the ritual. He's going to pick me out a new bookmark. I have lots of options, and let's see what I think, guys. Okay, guys, so I am going to hit into here. I've estimated roughly we're looking at 16 chapters a time, only because I'm reading other books at the same time. I don't want to overdo it for myself, but I do plan on getting into it. I'm so excited. This is definitely on one of my top reads of the year, and I'm super excited. It is a bit of a thicky one, like a thick boy one. I don't know how this is gonna go. So, and as you see, it'll just be me and these updates apart until we get to the end, I guess. Or maybe not, just read for these next couple of updates, I guess. So let's get cracking with this, and yeah, I'll let you guys know what I think as I go along. Do remember, this is a spoiler vlog, so if you haven't read this already, you know, and you want to read it, then maybe skip over my vlog, my half of the vlog anyway. if you're not bothered, then I'm glad you're sticking around. And don't forget, these are all just my opinions. You don't have to agree with any of them. But yeah, these are what I think and how I feel reading it. You do not need to think or feel the same way as I do. Okay, that's the joy of it. We all have our own opinions of books. These are just mine for the books that I'm reading. Yeah. Oh, and also before I go into it a bit more, if there's any recommendations you guys have or things that I think that I should try and read, let me know, and I'll see if I already have it. If I've already got it and haven't read it, then I'm happy to do so. Yeah. Other than that, I guess we'll get cracking. Okay, hi guys. I'm so sorry. Please don't mind the way I look right now. I wasn't feeling 100% this morning, so pajama day was a need today, I think. Don't worry, I just had to snuggle into my nice warm fluffy dressing gown. It always makes me feel better. So, I have read some of the ritual. Okay, now, do I fully grasp right now what's going on? No. From what I'm getting is the Lords are a secret society. I'm pretty sure it says that anyway. I'm not giving that spoiler away. I'm pretty sure it says that. Yeah, there you go, secret society. And he has been an initiate for 3 years prior and has passed all the trials that were given to him. He had to, murder someone. He had to, murder someone again. And he had to basically just keep winning and surviving. And then because he's passed like the initiation type thing and he's done all of that, in his final year he's allowed to have a chosen female that he's allowed to use as a toy. So the girl that's given to him is actually, I would say, was his friend, but I don't think they're friends anymore from the looks of things. But it's actually his girlfriend, who that friend is actually going to marry her after college and stuff. Anyway, so he's now like, damn it, now I gotta do this type thing, and she, unbeknownst to anything, has no idea what's really going on. And I still feel like she hasn't fully grasped the idea of it all yet. But reality is, she finds out her boyfriend is cheating on her because she isn't his chosen. Turns out she's this dude's chosen, and she ends up finding out, kind of breaks up with him. Mum's like, still getting married anyway. She's like, oh, okay then. Well, I don't want to. All this other stuff and whatever. He cheated. Screw him. He's a dirtbag. Anyway, this guy, she is a complete virgin, by the way. And now I feel like I need to point that out because there's a moment in the ritual where they have to kind of like drown out their previous sins. Okay, like any other guy she's ever been with. She's never been with another dude. Never. Not like that. So, waste of time. But anyway. And then, I mean, I gotta give him some pros. He doesn't just like, whip it out and like, forces her down and expects her to take it there and then in front of everyone. I mean, he kind of does, but not in that sense. Like, he doesn't like force her into that part. He just like makes her get on her knees. That makes sense, I guess. He's very territorial. He doesn't like sharing. He buys her curtains for her fucking room because he's like, I saw you naked and that's enough for me to know that other people could do it too. I was laughing so hard. And then, not even gonna lie, so Darren's at work right now. He called me and he was like, oh, what you up to? I told him what I was doing. He was like, okay. And I was like, this makes perfect sense, right? And he was like, yeah. I was like, it's alright, you don't have to question your morals anymore. Only when you read your next one, you have to start questioning your morals. And he started laughing. He was like, well, I'm the one that bought these. He bought these for me for Christmas. And right off the bat, I knew that this was going to be a series worth reading. They've been in my wishes for so long. So, yeah, where I'm at right now is basically he's pretty much just told her to stay away from the house because he's going, I'm pretty sure, to visit his dad. Yeah, he's going to visit his dad, so he doesn't want her at the house. Makes sense, because I think that even though that she's his chosen, another lord can try claim her and take her, I guess, is the theory I'm going with right now. I'm not even that far in. I'm only like a little bit in. Yeah, so I'm not really sure how to make of it right now. We're having this moment, and obviously, I don't know. He's going to visit his family, and he's told her to stay away from the house. And she's kind of, she said she promises she won't go, but I mean, will she though? I don't know. I love that he burned her skirt too. That was funny. I found that funny because how to make sure she never wears that again. Like she is his until graduation, right? He said. I don't think it says on the back, but I'm pretty sure he pointed that out in the book that she is his until graduation. So whatever he wants goes, and he doesn't want her wearing the skirt, so he burned it. He was like, and the fact that he was like, I'm pretty sure it's not the only thing I'll be burning by the end of this. Like, oh, legit, he knows. So yeah, I do feel like, although I don't think like, so she's still got to marry this other guy. I don't know. I feel like maybe there's going to be more to this. Like he actually ends up falling in love with her for real or something. I feel like that's what's going to happen. I don't know. I don't want that to happen because that will probably ruin. I don't want him to fall in love with her like straight away. Like he's already showing like weird, bizarre little signs of like protective and stuff, which is normal. That's what they're meant to do. But I don't want him to fall in love with her just yet. Like I don't want it to be that quick. Like I'm only 15 chapters in. Don't fall in love with her yet. Like with her, I kind of get it. She's been starved of like affection, physical attention, and things like that. She probably would fall in love with him quicker. But him, I want it to be a bit more like, holy crap kind of moment where he realizes it like late. You know, like I don't want it to be like straight off the bat, like he starts clocking straight away how he feels. Yeah, I don't want that. So I don't know. I have hopes for it, but I mean, I haven't disliked it so far. I mean, I do feel like the cleansing and the water thing was stupid for her because she is a virgin. She's had no past sexual experiences. There's no need for that. But I'm intrigued to go on. Obviously, I am reading this as a between other books as well because obviously I've got other books to read, and it's not like it's going to matter anyway because Darren takes forever to read books anyway. So I am actually doing another reading vlog at the same time, guys. So this one was this little bit. I will be reading the next bit after I finish this next book, and then I'll be coming back to this, and then like that. So yeah. Anyway, I am enjoying it so far. I'm so excited to see what happens next. I'm not gonna lie, I am really excited to see what happens next. Actually, to be honest with you, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I want to say it's Ryat, 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 Ryat. We want to call him Ryat. Okay, that's the name I'm going with because it makes sense in my head. That's what I've been saying in my head the whole time. And Blakely, which he shortens her name to Blake. I think he's the only one that called her that as well. Like in the whole thing so far. Like not even the ex-boyfriend slash future husband has called her that. He's the only one that's called her Blake. So that's kind of cute. He already gave her like a shortened nickname. But yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna get back around to it eventually, and then give you the next update. But hopefully, I won't be in a dressing gown again because I'm just not feeling 100% today, guys. Please forgive me. It's one of those days, you know, like you know when you feel like ugh day. That's today's my ugh day. So yeah. Okay, so last time I did this an update for you guys, I was in pajamas, but this time I wouldn't. I don't feel like I'm halfway. In fairness, but I do feel like so much is happening. Um, so we're at so literally right where we pick up again from where we left off. I don't like Matt. Okay, I don't think I'm ever gonna like his character. I think he's a character I'm gonna hate forever and ever. No, for reals though. I don't know. I don't like that he was putting thoughts in. Like when he said what he said to her was just wrong, and looking at her face was a bit grim. Like I probably would have like smacked him hard, really hard. Yeah, no, I didn't like that part, obviously. Um, Also, I love that they tried to have a girls' night to get away. Well, she wanted a girls' night to get away, and it kind of backfired because like he was there, in the club and took her home. So it kind of backfired. It didn't really end up as girls' night in the end, did it? Really, when you think about it. I did notice that, like, obviously she was kind of like blackout drunk. He didn't take advantage of her in that process, but like he asked her what happened, kind of thing, and he took advantage of that because she told him what had upset her, and then she told him that she was going to run away to avoid marrying Matt. We're just. I thought that was going to be something we skip over. It isn't. It's brought up again later. He throws it in her face. He's like, "You're going to run from me, like you're going to like you are from him." He's like, "You can forget that. I will find you and bring you back. There is no running away from me. You can't hide." Because now she's marrying him because he doesn't want to give her back to Matt, which I don't blame him. I don't like Matt either. Matt tried to kill him, like, or try to get him at least beaten. Like, what the heck is happening here? So now we're at the point where they get an assignment. Oh no, wait, before that though, she tells him about her fantasies. Now, we don't kink shame anybody here, but her fantasy is definitely not one for me personally. But I mean, there are plenty of people that have the same kind of fantasies in general, and I'm not kink shaming any of them. Just maybe not my cup of tea for me personally. But I did like that she admitted it to him, and then when she was like, "Well, when I told Matt, he told me all this other stuff," and like he made me feel like ashamed of it. And I like that he didn't. I like that he listened, and then he even like played out the fantasy for her. Well, it sounds like they played that out several times, to be fair. But yeah, I like that he was. Yeah, he was willing to do that for her. That was kind of like I guess it's kind of like sweet in his own way. Like, yeah, I wouldn't have expected that from him before, but there's definitely a different side to him that I know that he actually even points out he's obsessed with her. He doesn't love her, but obsession can change in general. But he has already changed from like using her to get back at Matt as opposed to now he actually cares about her. He cares enough to go to her dad and be like, yeah, I'll buy her back and I won't have a prenup or nothing like that and all this other stuff. He'll provide for her and stuff. Um, yeah, no. Okay. So that's just yeah, yeah. And then when he puts the ring on her finger because she agreed to marry him technically, she decides that she's gonna play with him a little bit, I guess. And I don't know why she called her dad to ask for a private jet. Like that's gonna save her. I don't know why. But putting back to the point of the prison bit, yeah, we are now at a part like Matt tried to get him killed. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Like he tried to get him stabbed up in prison, and I thought it was meant to be that if they do things like that to each other, like they get stripped of their lord title. So why has that not been mentioned yet? we need to, I need that mentioned in at least the last half of this book. Like he got stripped of his lord title. I don't like Matt. I mean, truthfully, I really don't like him. I think he's a piece of work. But I mean, I feel like that might be a lore trait that they all seem to have. So this book isn't going how I thought it would, to be honest with you. I've seen people talk about it, and I don't know. I had different expectations. I thought it was going to be one of those hit and miss books for me. I'm actually having no trouble with it. I'm flying. Like when I'm reading it, I'm flying. I'm enjoying it, not in a weird way. I'm enjoying that it's um there's a lot going on, okay, and there's like a lot of story behind the other stuff that happens because there's a lot of other stuff. I feel like that's happening like near enough every other page half the time. But putting that all aside, there is still a really good story in there, like that she didn't want to marry Matt. She was willing to run away, and he now wants to marry. Well, he is gonna marry her because we all know he's gonna catch her anyway, so they're gonna get married. Yeah. I mean, technically, I don't know that because I haven't read it, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. Yeah, I reckon the next chapter is going to be him stalking her. So not only is he a college, oh my god, could he be like the college version of Zaid? I did read the Cat and Mouse duet, which is why I said that because like that kind of gives me those feels a little bit. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, okay. yeah, no. I'm gonna keep reading. And well, not this one now because I've done my update for you guys, and I've been taking a break between books so that because I have a lot of books on the go because Darren gave me a massive TBR. So I will get back to this one when I finish the next book I've got to read, and then one more after that, I think. Yeah, 4. Yeah. So I will get back to this one and see you on the next round for it. You won't know that. For you, it'll be like seconds. For me, it's probably going to be a couple of days. Yeah. Okay, so hi everyone. I am so close to the end now. I don't know if I actually mentioned this. This is not like my priority book right now. I am actually jumping between 3 books. I'm having like my main book from my main TBR, my buddy read with a friend, and then this one. So that's why it's taking me forever to get through. Not that you guys really would know that, but I'm just saying anyway. Anyways, oh my lord. I officially want to kill like Matt at this point. I mean, the fact that okay, so they are now married. Okay, we got married. Woo! What? Oh, sugar. Wooden bells. Woo! Yeah, no, yeah. Okay, I can see it. I can see it. I love that she said, "Chase me." He did. I loved that. I love that. When they came back, it felt like you could see like he's physically, like not physically, but like he's changed mentally. Like he's like he even asked himself like, is it so bad to like have your wife love you and feel the same back? That was so cute. Like I feel like that was probably like a big momentum moment. And then Matt fucked things up. Now I hate Matt. I've hated him from like chapter 1. No, I mean I've really hated him from that moment. Like from as soon as yeah, hate him more than I did before, for sure. He knew what he was doing when he like told her all that stuff. He knew. She ran again, and 3 weeks. It took him 3 weeks to find her, and that's only because, let's be honest, he admits it. It's only because he followed someone else. So he would never have found her. Right? She left her phone and everything else behind. So now she's back, and he's like, she has to be initiated as a lady. Okay, so because he's going to be a higher, like in a higher status of the lords, she has to initiate as a lady because they're married. Now she's in a mood, which is understandable, I guess. I mean, fully brat mood. I guess that comes with the rich kid thing. I guess that's like the feel they're trying to do, like because she gets whatever she wants normally, kind of thing. She asks for divorce papers, he gives them to her, signed, and then she throws them in the fire anyway. And she's like, no, I'm going to fight for this. Because he admitted when they were kind of like having that kind of side of an argument, he was like, I loved you. Like, he just threw that out there. Like, there was no, what? 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 And I think she was like, putting all that aside, she does want to be with him. Like, he is probably the best. She chose to stay with him. She chose to let him marry her. At the end of the day, I know part of it was still out of spite, but like some of it was still a choice. She could have said that she didn't want to marry him, and they wouldn't be married. So that's still a choice she made. Everything was kind of like put on them as not a decision, but as all of it was kind of like, she doesn't say it herself as well. It may not all have been chance, but them staying together was a choice that they've made at this point. So now she threw papers in the fire. She's decided she's going to stay and make him realize that she's going to stay. Cindy, who he was supposed to marry, shows up she says that they've been together the whole time. Turns out they haven't, obviously. He wouldn't cheat on her anyway. He's not that kind of guy. Lord knows he'll do anything else, but he won't cheat. He'll kill for you. He'll kill others, but he will not cheat on you. Glad he drew a line. Anyway, so there's that, and then obviously she beat up Cindy and tied her up and left her in a cupboard, and then threw her at him and was like, "So yeah," kind of thing. This is getting so weird at this point. It's like she's like flipped a switch in her head and she's like completely changed. Uh, so now we see a whole new side of Blakely. Flipped the switch. She beat this girl up, smacked her around, and was like, "Oh, did my wedding ring cut you?" Like that was not really the Blakely that we had before in the first half of the book. This is like full on, like she's gone loop de loo kind of Blakely. They end up tying Cindy, killing Cindy together. Well, not together. He kills her, but yeah. Interrogates her, finds out that Matt knew all along. Like Matt knew what he was doing. He did it all on purpose. He sent Cindy there to take out Blakely anyway. So anyway, then they end up doing their thing. She admits she's not on birth control. He says he doesn't care. Now he wants to impregnate her. That's what you're getting from that situation. Like, just let the girl live a little first, please. Anyway, now she's like, now they're doing all these tests. They've also questioned Matt's chosen Ashley, Michael, Ashley. Yeah, that didn't go so well for her. Yeah, she's sleeping with the fishies. No, I think she's probably buried right next to Cindy. Actually, if I'm being honest. Putting that aside, after that, now we're at the point where she now has to do her next part of her initiation, and we don't know what that is yet. Well, it probably will be like here somewhere, but it's not yet. Okay, they're staying at the club because now they found out that Matt knows where they are, where they've been. He's been watching her, stalking her. He's like made everyone believe that she's something she isn't, just so that he can get his own way. Like he sent Cindy to watch her. It was his friend that tried killing her, and then saves the day. Anyway, so we're now having this point where she's pretty much aware of everything that's happening now. She is aware, kinda. She knows that she's gonna be initiated to be a lady. She knows that now, and I think now she's stepping up to the plate. She's like, yeah, I will do it because I want to show you I'm in it for the long haul, and this is what's happening. So I like that part, like that she's finally kind of like, it feels like she's put on like her big girl panties to be a big girl. I am enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it is a dark romance. It's not for everybody. Okay, don't feel like you all have to read it or anything. Because you don't. It's dark romance. It's not designed for everybody. This stuff, I probably prefer this more than normal romance. To be honest, I do still like a good little romance in there. Like, I can't say no to a good Elsie Silver, but I don't know. It's just something different about this that I seem to click better with. So I've only got a little bit left, and I'm not reading that now, obviously, because I now got to move on to my next book. But oh my lord, I'm super enjoying it. I'm super excited to see how it ends. Like, I really want them to match, So yeah, let's see how this is gonna go, shall we? And I want to know what her initiation is. I want to know what she's got to do. Yeah. So fingers crossed. Okay, it's official. I have finished the ritual. Okay, so where I left you guys, she was about to have initiation, and she doesn't end up with initiation in the end, if you didn't know. Matt attacks her, and she ends up in hospital. Nurse flirts with her husband. The usual. What really peed me off in that moment was how her dad decides to then be like, start asking him like what happened when him and Matt did their assignment all those years ago, which triggered everything off for them too anyway. How he was like, oh, we'll just come out and say it, kind of thing, and he's like, well, I'm not no snake. I don't snitch, kind of thing. In that process, because she hasn't been allowed to leave hospital at this point, she's like, it feels like a prison, and he was like, this is nothing like a prison. So when they get home, it is so hard. Is it this bit? Yeah. So in this bit, they're now home, and he's like, oh, you can ask me about what happened with Matt. And she's like, I want to know about you in prison. Like, she doesn't even ask what happened at that assignment. She asked about the other one, and then he tells her, and then I feel like her character changed so drastically at the end of the book. So she went from like basically a spoiled rich brat to kind of having a bit of a better understanding, I guess. I mean, at this point now, so we've got their um she also found out that the woman that in that assignment that went pear-shaped is actually her mum, her real mum. I don't think I put that in there though, did I? No. But that was her real mum. So as far as Rhett's concerned, Matt's concerned, Matt killed her real mum. And I guess it was like, it said like a few weeks later, it took a couple of weeks, and now they're having like a Halloween party at the House of Lords. She gets a bit like creepy Tom, peepy Tom. And I mean, he was like, I don't mind her watching others, I just don't want others watching us, kind of thing. Yeah. And then, yeah, then it's like, it goes to, I think, like a couple of weeks later again, like 10 or so weeks later after, I think. No, it wasn't that long. Like 3 weeks later or so. It says like something over the last few weeks, so 2 to 3 weeks. And then Matt shows up at the house. He shoots Riot 4 times. Kidnaps her. Then we find out she's pregnant. The hell? Turns out he put a tracker in her after she ran away, so he goes and gets her. Then we find out she's pregnant with twins. Then her real mum is alive. She kills her fake mum. Not fake mum, but the woman that was, yeah, whatever. That woman, the one that said she was going to cut her baby out and keep it. Then Matt gets killed. Basically, he gets strung up, and long story short is he ends up deciding that he's going to stay in Pennsylvania with her. She wants to be there, so he uses his favor with this other guy and is like, yeah, I want to take over your position type thing. So there we go. He doesn't want to move back to New York either, so 2 birds, 1 stone. And then end up having the twins, and then her mom was like, you understand when it comes to your own kids. I think that was a very heavy moment for her, because her mum knew everything. Her mum had set it all up, and then she was like, well, I don't want my kids involved in this. Turns out she has twin boys, which all her kids are, all their names start with R. Just to point out. So weird. And then she has a daughter as well. Her daughter wants to go to Stanford. Whatever. The ending is literally like, you get to see their kids. Well, the 2 older boys that are going to uni. One wants to join the laws, the other doesn't. Can't blame him. And he's like, yeah, she doesn't want them to join the Lord. She's made that very clear, but one wants to, so she agrees to talk about it. It ends with him being like, he'll do anything for her, no matter what. They can't have any more children now at this point. They had complications with the last pregnancy. And he was like, he'll do anything for her, for the family. And yeah, that's how it ends. It does end with them together, and by the sounds of it, happy. You know, like, they got there in the end. She got what she wanted in the end. Someone to love her. That was so nice. I gave this a 7.5 star. A 4.75 star, sorry. Now, I was doubtful for like most of the book that it was going to be that enjoyable. There were things in there that I really enjoyed. I giggled at a few things, and I was like, I actually kind of like this more than I thought I would. The whole series overall, I'm still waiting to see how that's going to go. But this one, I really did enjoy it more than I thought I would. I mean, there are some really twisted shit in there, but putting that aside, it is just a book, it's just fiction. I did enjoy it. Okay, would I recommend it to a lot of my friends? Probably not, no. No. It's just, I couldn't imagine listening to it on audio. I'm not really an audiobook girl, and I'm really not big on ebooks. I do have a ton of them. I'm just not big on them. I do like physical books in my hand as I read. And yeah. So keeping in mind, this is a whole dark romance reading vlog for both me and Darren. He's reading the ones I set for him. This is what he picked for me. He gave Satan's Affair a 4.5 star, and I've given The Ritual a 4.75 star. I know what our next books are. He's got to start his one soon, but oh my lord, can I just say I'm actually super excited to get into the next one. I didn't read the end. It gives you like a, I think it's like a chapter or something. It gives you like a little snippet into the next book, but I didn't. Yeah, it gives you like a little bit of the chapter in the next book. I didn't read that bit. I wanted to be like just go into that one. Yeah, we're not gonna. Yeah, that's where we are. Okay, I read it. I finished it. 4.75 star for me. I enjoyed it. I don't feel bad about it. I'm definitely keeping it. It's got my little stampy in. It goes on the shelf. Yeah. And the spice is spicy, okay? I feel like at points we had like a lot of pages of a lot of spice. Yeah. Yeah. We'll leave that there. Yeah. But yeah, so that's it for part 1 of this reading vlog. And we'll come back to you with like part 2. So bye guys.